The amount of non-New Yorkers worried about New York shit really amazes me. Why are y'all up here making videos worried about the way New York chooses to go out and celebrate the Knicks? Why are y'all worried about my city and the way we choose to go outside and flood the streets and flood the internet with Knicks colors and etc.? Y'all are worried about the wrong things. Stop worrying about New York business. Worry about yourselves and y'all cows and y'all sheeps and whatever the fuck.
I'm going to tell you why, ma. Right there. So you can know. The BX, Cortland Avenue, 154. I don't live in New York no more. Because it's disgusting. That's why. It's disgusting. Fighting, tearing up the city, it's disgusting. Here's another thing, ma. Because you just started watching sports. The Knicks win, and you want to interject your opinion on sports, right? Because we do it too. When Philly won, and they were out there, Philly, the Eagles, and they were out there doing the same shit, we had an opinion too. But you wouldn't know this, because you just started watching sports. When Chicago did it, when the Bulls won back in the 90s, there was no internet, but they tore up the city. And everybody has an opinion, ma. And it's disgusting. If you, what's the word I'm looking for? Because I have a speech impediment, beloved. If you defending that shit, fucking up those Spurs people, those Spurs fans, and the fights and everything else that's happening that's ugly and disgusting for my city. Yeah, I could say that. Then you part of the problem. But you wouldn't know none of this. Because you just started watching sports, beloved. The fuck out of here.
You just got fired from your job where you make $250,000 per year because you wanted to be stupid and do this. That is JP Morgan Chase executive Angie Baez, and the $250,000 that she makes is a base salary. This lady could sometime make up to $350,000 per year. She decided that she wanted to steal a New York City trash can that was painted in the New York Knicks colors. And I'm sure she's not the only one that did that, but of course the problem is she got recorded and that video went viral and people found out who she was. So JP Morgan Chase got a hold of the video and they fired her. Some people are saying that it was harsh that she got fired for stealing a trash can, while others are saying, well, it was just plain old stupid and she deserved to get fired. You have a career making that kind of money. Doing something that stupid makes no sense.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and I think it's been about a couple weeks since the New York Knicks won the championship, and everybody up there has been losing their goddamn mind, as they should, right? I mean, Philadelphia did it, Chicago did it. Who else did it? Tampa Bay did it. Hell, when I was in Washington, Seattle Supersonics, Seattle did it. Miami did it. Yeah, people do that, right? Now, me personally, I've never understood the significance of tearing your own shit up. But then again, like, I've never been a sports fanatic like that. Like, I like sports, don't get it twisted. But ever since I say about 2010, I ain't really been up on sports like that. I've been focused on a more important shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not part of the bread and what they call it? Give them a bread and circus crowd. Like, I'm not that far into sports where like I dedicate most of my time. You know what I'm saying? Every now and again, depending on who starts to play or gets drafted, I may peek my head in, right? If it's somebody that piques my interest. But for the most part, I just don't follow sports like that. Ever since LeBron left Miami and went to the Lakers, I ain't been feeling it. Lakers are trash. I'm not a Ja Morant fan. even though the nigga can play, but he's with a lackluster team to say the least. So I ain't even really been following his shit. Damian Lillard's pushing 40, about to retire. Westbrook's pushing 40, about to retire. What is it, Chris Paul or George Paul or whatever the fuck? I never could. Nigga got 2 first names. I never could really like keep up with them niggas. And then for me, like I said, the illustriousness of sports, just it don't do it for me no more. I'm just not a fanatic. I find more meaningful things to do with my time and my money. Watching other men make money and stroking their dick via television, just that's not my thing. I've come to terms that there are more important things to do in my life, and if I'm ever gonna get rich focusing on another man's gameplay, that's not where it's at. No knock to anybody that does, and like I said, I'm not totally out of like watching games, depending on where I'm at. Like if I'm at a bar, a game come on, they look spectacular, I might, you know what I'm saying, take a little note, check it out. But going and like consuming my time with stats and just at this point, I honestly believe that I think that sports is actually rigged. You know what I'm saying? I've said this on a few other episodes, because they run plays. It's too orchestrated. It looks too synchronized. It looks too scripted. There is a way to rig a game if you have plays, right? You know you got to run a play. You run it to the T. You put on the performance for the people. But for the most part, everybody that's within the circle knows that who's going to win, who's going to lose. And because niggas play just to get money and their salary, I don't think they put too much stock in it. Like, I had a young nigga tell me, yo, Michael Jordan, back in the 90s, the games he played wasn't rigged. And I said, nah, I can tell you that there's more of a likelihood that it wasn't, because niggas really played to actually win the championship. It wasn't too many years that niggas didn't go to the playoffs. Hell, I think the Knicks have went years without being in the playoffs. Like, it's just so many teams that just haven't made the playoffs and they don't give a fuck. What's that one nigga name that played for the Lakers? AD. Nigga been on the bench more than he's been playing. So it's like, when you got shit like that happening, it makes you believe that the games are rigged, because, well, niggas ain't like, nowadays you have more Penny Hardaways or Grant Hills, or who's that other nigga that sat on the bench like a month, a bench rider, and just collected a check. Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway. Damn, it escapes me at the present moment. But yeah, there were only like a handful of niggas in the 90s that sat the fuck on the bench and just collected a check. For the most part, niggas wanted to get active. It was more about the gameplay, the playoffs, and ultimately meeting up with Michael Jordan. Nobody gives a fuck about meeting up with LeBron. And I ain't knocking LeBron, I'm just saying what it is. Or at least that's what it appears like. It appears like people want to use Michael Jordan and LeBron as the pinnacle. It doesn't look like a lot of people like see LeBron as a pinnacle to match up with. Or maybe they are trying and they just suck now. I don't know. But I do know that games just don't look aggressive enough, like niggas is trying to get to the championships, right? It looks like niggas is just there for a check. They gonna play their little 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 years and get the fuck on, right? It doesn't look like it's like back when I was watching sports back in the 90s and early 2000s, like it looked like niggas really was trying to match up with Kobe Bryant. Like they was playing to get in the playoffs so they can beat that nigga. I don't think niggas really give a fuck about LeBron. Like I said, they just play to get their check and they get the hell on. So for me, I was telling a young cat, for me, when I watch people that just play to get the money, there doesn't look like it's too much passion behind it. And every now and again, you got highlights, right? Niggas make buzzer beaters or score within the last 10 seconds or some miraculous shit. But for the most part, yeah, I just firmly believe that it's been rigged for a long time. If I had to guesstimate, it's been rigged for like the last 15 years. Niggas is like, man, like I want to get there. But if I don't, who gives a fuck? I just got $21 million this year. I'm about to go party with Future, hang out with Drake. That's another thing. Back in the days, niggas wasn't hanging out with rappers. You didn't see a lot of niggas hang out. I've never seen a picture of Tupac courtside and after the game niggas taking pictures. Like Drake taking pictures with LeBron, Damian Lillard. This is that one nigga that was in the Kendrick Lamar mentioned in the song Rose. Like niggas got pictures with rappers after the after party and probably Diddy parties. It's all weird now, so I don't really think them niggas played for notoriety. Plus you can't tell me who's a notable other than LeBron, Ja Morant, Giannis, Wemby, Zion Williamson. I just named like 5 or 6 niggas, maybe. I think maybe 6 niggas. Back in the days, you had Vince Carter, you had LeBron, Kobe, Parker, Meta World Peace, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, White Chocolate, Charles Barkley, Steve Nash, AI, Mutombo, Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler. Like you just had a foray of just dope ass niggas that was always in this, like trying to fight for the spotlight. Now you just got a bunch of generic niggas that want to shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like when I do watch games, I see a bunch of niggas taking 3-pointers, right? A bunch of Carmelo Anthony's out there. Niggas is volume shooters, but still lose the fucking game. That's when you know you trash. When you shoot 55 points or 100 points, you score about 46 and you still fucking lose. You're garbage. That's not what it was back in the days. If Kobe Bryant shot and made 61 points, they won. If Kobe shot 55 points, they won. If Sean Kemp shot 42 points, they won. I mean, he wasn't a shooter, but if he slam dunked and made 42 points, or Gary Payton scored 37 points, there was a high probability if it wasn't Jordan, they won. So I just don't see that. So yeah, I just don't watch sports like that, and I went on a tangent. But getting back to the shit, the bitch stole a garbage can, and I think that I'm kind of conflicted because you're a moron if you make $250,000 and you stole an orange and blue garbage can, right? However, because it was the first time in 46 years, I want to say 46. They're probably low, probably 52 years. My bad. Yeah, 50 years. You just won a championship. I could see how people wilding out. Me personally, I probably would have fired her if I was JP Morgan. Not because she actually stole a garbage can, because like that's stupid. What you stealing the garbage can for? What's the significance of that? I guess to have a memento, but if, like I said, if you make $250,000, you could buy a memento. You could have bought a jersey. Hell, if you got $250,000 salary, you couldn't buy closer seats to the courtside to get one of the players to sign it. Bring a Sharpie with you. Like, yeah, fire her because she's an idiot. But that's most people nowadays. They do idiotic and moronic shit. So I'm not surprised. And then you got these fucking, what they call them, buffer class. These non-black people, non-white people doing idiot shit. Yeah, don't come to America with that bullshit. Now, because of her name, she sounds like she's maybe Puerto Rican or Dominican. But yeah, you not free. I don't know why these brown people be trying to do Caucasian shit, knowing damn well you not gonna get away with that. She probably didn't think that nobody was gonna videotape her. But me personally, like the type of person I am, I don't even make $250,000. I'm not doing idiot shit. If I do, like I said, I don't even make $250,000. I'm still not doing stupid shit like that, right? Now she has a memento, and she's got to figure out her LinkedIn, try to find employment. And I just don't believe like starting a new job and you got to explain to somebody why you got fired. They're gonna ask you, why were you fired from your last job? And you got to tell them your dumb ass stole a garbage can during the championship after the Knicks won the championship. yeah, it's gonna hurt your chance to get employment. So like, I wouldn't have did it. Once again, like I said, I understand it. I just think it was a high level of stupidity. But considering people can't cursive write or read fluidly, functionally, yeah, I'm not surprised. And not only that, men think they're women, women think they're men. They're now operating with a full deck. The reasoning and deduction skills are not there. People are idiots. What are you gonna do? In any event, if y'all like this episode, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm is out.